He met me in the garden. I was tending to my tomatoes, and he met me in the garden. The garden isn't silent. There's noise all around. Voices, roosters crowing, dogs barking, birds singing. But somehow it's the one place I hear the clearest. Maybe because creation remembers his voice, even when I forgot to listen. The plants were weak. That's what caught my attention. They had had rain, plenty of it. In fact, too much. Not the violent kind that comes and goes, but slow, soaking rain that should have brought life. And as I moved through the rows, I remembered something. And Yahweh planted a garden in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made Yahweh Elohim to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. Genesis 2:8-9. The garden was always his place of meeting, and it happened again. I was just standing there irrigating, and he met me. Not with thunder, not with a vision, just a whisper. You can have too much water. I paused. But that's what he does. He hides eternity in the ordinary. I whispered back, that's true. Even our bodies can drown in too much of a good thing. But he wasn't talking about tomatoes. Reading my word is like water, he said. But not all drinking brings strength. That's when I heard the word echo. For precept must be upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Isaiah 28:10. It struck my heart like a seed cracking open in the soul. You can be soaked in scripture and still starve. You can read and still be weak. If all you do is sip the surface, your roots won't grow. If all you do is pour but never dig, the seed will rot instead of rise. And I realized something about myself. I always chase the deep things. I live in the sod level, where the mysteries echo and the Spirit speaks. But sometimes I skip the beginning, the pashat, the plain reading, the place where it all begins, the foundation, the structure, the order. And sometimes I see more than I can say. But what good is light if you can't hand someone the match? Then I heard him again. The secret things belong unto Yahweh, our Elohim. But those things which are revealed belong unto us and to all our children forever, that we may do all the words of his law. Deuteronomy 29:29. He brought me back to the garden, not just to tend to it, but to remind me how he tends to me. I'd been distracted. I'd forgotten to show up, forgotten the joy of slow watering, forgotten that even revelation needs discipline, even glory needs grounding. So he taught me again. But that on the good ground are they which in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep it, and bring forth fruit with patience. Luke 8:15. He showed me how the word isn't a flood, it's a pattern, a process, a whisper that becomes a voice, that becomes a fire. And it starts small, it starts simple. It starts by showing up. And just like that in the beginning, when everything fell silent, I remembered. And they heard the voice of Yahweh Elohim walking in the garden in the cool of the day. Genesis 3:8. The tomato plants were never the point. They were the parable, and I was the soul he was speaking to.